here December 1st on a summer day. Feels like a summer day, but it's not, it's December. So we got t-shirts on a warm start of the month in December. And so we're back out here after taking a trip down to California, which was really dry over there, to go pick up a truck that we needed. So we're using that truck for our jobs. So as soon as we got it, we got a license plates for Oregon, using it now on the job sites and putting it to work. So we're laying all this course, and one thing I've always been talking about in the previous segments is why we leave so much spacing from here, like I talk about for drainage. So we build up, and what I'm doing right now with gravel is filling all the way to the top, about halfway, so that way I can lay my fabric down and lay that drainage pipe, and it's gonna be drainage in the back. And the same dirt I'm gonna use to fill, and then it's gonna be my secondary wall, about 3 feet here. We're gonna build our secondary wall and wrap it around over there. So just a little bit of how we do it. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to compare to was these Husky shovels. My take on these, I really like these wood ones too, long lasting, but they're a little bit heavy. You know what? This one's also a Husky one, and I found this one at Home Depot, and honestly, they're really very light. So just a comparison on shovels and what to use. For us, we like to use lighter shovels just so we don't get tired that quickly. And yeah, we lay a little bit of gravel to fill to about halfway. And that just adds extra insurance to the retaining wall when we add this much drainage. Part of the installations is to add that drainage on there. And we just like to add gravel in the back all the time. That's, for us, is really important. It's not really a standard procedure that we do for every retaining wall. So it's a process. And like I've been talking about, everything in life is a process. So we feel like this process works really well. I would definitely like to get your take on how you guys build retaining walls. I'm always a pioneer to learn new ways. And I know there's some ICPI classes coming up next year. Definitely excited for that. Gonna be taking some of those courses. I think there's another course too for SRW, segmental retaining walls course, that we're also going to be taking next year. There's some cool stuff coming up. The more skills you learn, the more courses you take, the better equipped you get on with this industry in there. So, and that, so a little bit of what we do, a little bit of our process. So definitely hit me up. Or if you guys have a YouTube channel somewhere, let me know, and I'll definitely like to check out your guys' videos. Like I said, I'm always a pioneer learning new skills. In this life, we always learn new things, so definitely like to check out, see how you guys do everything. And we'll catch you on the next segment when we'll be about halfway there. And yeah. So what we're doing here for these blocks, sometimes when they come, like I've been talking about, they're a little rough and they got like little bumps in here. So typically in between the middle of the pallets and the blocks, we see some of these, materials having these little bumps, and sometimes what happens is it lifts up a little bit. So all we do very simple. Just take a grinder and just grind off some of this stuff, make it as flat as possible, and it sits much better. So we're gonna do that. There you go. Just some tricks of the trade. So we'll see you on the next one. guys can see here, that's this section. So what we did, tie in this drainage pipe to this connection here, the downspouts run. So that's why it's so important to have filter fabric behind for good drainage. So you can see this is our drain pipe. So it discharges, we have a connection here, rubber clamp, and then a rubber clamp connection as well. And that's gonna run off over here. And then this is really important. Something I really wanna show, the importance of this is we're gonna build a secondary wall over here. How we dig here and how we need to have a minimum of 8 inches of drain rock. So that way we have the drain pipe that fits right here. And we use drain rock all the way to the top. So here you can see how we compact this dirt and we do a separation. So we add the drain rock and you can see our pipe is right here. This is really important. This allows for good drainage. Typically, in some cases, what I've seen where they only go about halfway and then they put dirt. We don't like to do that. We like to just bring drain rock all the way to the top. So when it rains, you got a nice drainage on there and you have no water problems. So this is really important. I wanted to show you this. And then we have 3 feet apart from this wall. And we're gonna build our secondary wall. So as we cut into the dirt, we compact this area here and fill the back, but always making sure we have those 8 inches of drainage. So drainage, extremely important. This is a great example of why we warranty our retaining walls and the process that we use to behind. So that way these retaining walls can increase our longevity of the walls and last as long as possible on there. So yeah, we're filling there, filter fabric, drainage, and this is just a good example of what we do in every retaining wall project. So we'll catch you in the next video. Friday, trying to finish off for this Friday. So walk through you guys through our project at Tiger that we've been working on. And very quickly, I wanted to do a segment before it got late to show everybody the process and the steps. So if you guys want to come here, you guys can see I laid all these blocks, we laid all these blocks, and we're doing all the corner pieces. And as you guys can see, the job sites can be a mess sometimes. That's part about being in this industry is the job sites get a mess, but once all this is cleaned up, it's gonna look really good. So what we did, and what you've seen in the previous videos, we reinforced all the edges with concrete. That's really important for stabilization. And like I've been talking about, the footer base, why we leave so much footer base. But in this case, everybody can see how we dig in. So that way we have a drainage, and we have drainage rock, and we probably need more drain rock on here. So in this area, we're gonna add pavers, clean it up really nice with pavers, and walk you through you guys to these blocks that were laid. Yeah, it's messy, as you guys can see. We use concrete, reinforce all these blocks, and these are your corner pieces to finish off the corners. And like I said, we're gonna add pavers in that area here. So yeah, the job sites can get kind of messy, but that's the beautiful thing about being in this industry is that, like I've been talking about, is once we clean up all this, it's gonna look great. And then if you look at the neighborhood here, a lot of beautiful homes. There's actually a home over there for sale, and then you have all these houses so right in the corner, so it's going to be visible for everybody to when they walk by, and it's going to look really good. And then probably around this neighborhood, maybe we can get some other projects like this. It's going to be awesome. So that's a beautiful thing about showing off, especially in these corners, is that everybody can see. You get a lot of traffic here, so a lot of beautiful homes. So Tiger's a really great area to be in. So like I was coming in the last video, drainage, the importance of drainage on there, and now we're building our secondary wall. So digging through, building our secondary wall, and just having all the tools that we need to do the project. Concrete saws, my guillotine. I have a video on this guillotine and how we use it for all our corners. This is what we use for our corner blocks, for our guillotine. Really old, about 30 years old. Great. great for making those corner cuts pieces. So drainage, and we're gonna start cleaning up the site before it gets dark. And that's our wall blocks for the next segment. And if you guys see us cleaning up one step at a time, our rock materials, we want to make sure the sites are clean before we leave. It's really important. People are going to be walking in here, and these cones, make sure we wrap it around caution tape so there's no